You're listening to Trinity Topics. Hello, my name is Emily Main.
And I'm Jeff March. Thank you for tuning in to our very first episode of Trinity Topics. We are delighted to start this talk show and to start delivering information about practically anything and everything community, whether it be local news, public issues, community events, or entertainment. We are here to talk to you and to have your voice heard.
To submit a news idea or something you would like to have on our show, or maybe you have suggestions for future broadcast ideas, please get in touch with us through our Facebook page or via email at trinitytopics@hotmail.com.
In local community events, the SUF Lodge number 84 in Dildo are hosting a new bingo to be held every Saturday night. They will be having 16 games with big cash prizes starting at 8 o'clock p.m.
The Hope Hall Sports and Recreation Committee had their Goodson Bingo on January 27th. A big thank you sent out to all that came and supported the community. It was a great success.
The communities of Greens Harbor and Hope Hall have taken initiative to form a committee for the 150th Canada Day celebrations. In order for this to happen, they are looking for volunteers to join the committee and to help out. There will be a general meeting at the Greens Harbor Community Center on Tuesday, January 31st at 8:15 p.m. to form this committee.
The Hope Hall Sports and Rec Committee are having a takeout supper on February the 18th. It will consist of a hot turkey with dessert. Tickets are $10 each, and tickets must be purchased in advance. Pickup for the supper will start at 4:30 p.m.
Courtney Mona is a Greens Harbor native who currently resides in Gander, where she works as a librarian, and she has recently made her debut as a YouTube personality with her own personal channel that is developing quite a following and gaining hundreds of views each week, covering topics of her everyday life, product reviews, and fashion. Thank you so much for joining us today, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Hi.
Hi, Courtney. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. And do you guys have much snow out that way?
Well, actually, I'm in St. John's this weekend, so
Oh.
yeah, I'm in here actually. I was doing a couple collabs, so YouTube brought me to St. John's.
Awesome. So what kind of collaborations are you working on right now?
Well, Stephen Hooper was on my channel back in December, and we're doing another collab, so that one will be coming up in a few weeks, and I also did a collab with Making Up Ashley, so that's who she's known on YouTube, and she's been doing YouTube for like 4 years, so I was super excited to be invited to chat with those guys the weekend.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
First of all, Courtney, I'd like to tell you that we both love watching your videos each week.
Oh, thank you.
I must say, your personality really shines through in each and every one of them, and it's so engaging to watch. You're very natural.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel like I absolutely love YouTube, and I watched it for so long, and I always said, like, if I could do one thing, I would love to upload YouTube videos, and I was so afraid to do it, and actually, like, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, I recorded myself, and it was so horrible, and I was like, oh God, I cannot put that up online, like, no one's going to watch that, but I gave it a go. After my wedding, I was like, prepping for my wedding hardcore, and then after the wedding I was like, okay, I had so much time to do all those DIYs, I'm going to make time for a YouTube channel. And my husband was really supportive. He's like, you always said you wanted to do it, just go get a camera and do it. And that's kind of how I started. Just bit the bullet and did it.
For sure.
So can you tell us where exactly your ideas come from when making your YouTube videos?
Sure. So sometimes they come to me late at night. I think, like a lot of people, when you can't sleep, you're like, oh, I should work on this kind of video. And I kind of try and do videos that I like to watch. So I love watching routine videos, like morning routine videos. That was one of my first ones. And they're super hard and time-consuming to film, but they're really great if you have a friend to help you out. So my friend Sandra Harnum, she came down one weekend, and she loves watching YouTube as well. So she's like, yeah, I love being behind the camera, so I'll be your camera woman. So we filmed that one, and basically I just I like doing product reviews. I like doing things that, I try not to be too serious. So anything that kind of interests me and hopefully will interest other people, I love doing that kind of thing. I just finished I just finished a video today. My husband did my voiceover. That's a tag that's going around YouTube now, and it's absolutely hilarious. I'm so excited for people to hear that one. So.
Yeah, I'm sure that one will be quite exciting.
Yeah, he's a good sport. He wasn't fussy. I had to bribe him with scones, but anyway, he did it.
Oh, awesome.
Could you tell us what kind of process you have to make when making your videos, and generally how long it takes to put together a piece?
Yeah, sure. So it really depends on what you are filming. So if you want to round up your monthly favorites, then you keep a list going. And then you'd sit down in front of the camera, and you can do your swatches, and you could try it on camera, and then you would export the footage, put it on your computer, and editing is what takes time, and the more you do it, the faster that you get. But there's a lot of special effects, and I'm definitely playing around with different things. So I guess the whole process could take hours. Like, I've spent my very first video that I edited, it took me like 8 hours to edit, which is insane. Yeah, and I really had no idea what I was doing.
It's certainly a learning process.
Faster.
For sure.
Definitely a learning process.
Yes, definitely.
So who is your inspiration for all of this, and who exactly do you follow on YouTube to help you get to where you want to be?
Do you have all day, Jeff? Because I follow so many people. Like, I'm subscribed to hundreds of people. It's ridiculous. I don't keep up with them all, but I do keep up with an impressive amount. I spend way too many hours watching YouTube. And I think YouTube is just a thing that you get. Like, if you watch YouTube and you watch a lot of beauty YouTubers, you know a lot of the YouTubers. So there's people who I follow locally, like Making Up Ashley. Chelsea Madonna is another girl. She's completely partnered with Much Music.
She's actually a friend of mine, Courtney.
Sorry?
Chelsea Madonna is actually a friend of mine.
Cool!
Yeah, I met her in music school.
Yeah, so I follow her. So I follow a lot of the newbie girls. But I love, as you've heard on my channel, like, I love anyone from the UK. So Fleur de Force is like the queen of YouTube to me. I just absolutely love her style. I think she's very classy, and she's like trendy enough, but like not too trendy. And yeah, I really like her. Meg Says lately has been, I kind of referenced her a couple of videos. I like her. She's 22 or 23. She's very personable, really cute. Who else do I really like? Tanya Burr. Like, I like a lot of the big YouTubers, but I like some of the smaller ones too. I spread love to all the YouTubers. I can't choose just one. It's like picking your favorite child. I can't do it.
So Courtney, do you have plans for your next video?
Yes. So as I mentioned, my next video, the one that will go up tomorrow, is the one with Colin. So I'm not sure when this recording is going to go up, but my video with Colin will be up tomorrow.
Awesome.
And what is my next one? I have a couple coming up. So I'm doing one with Making Up Ashley and Stephen Hooper. So they will be up in the next little while. I think I'm going to do a Valentine's theme one, maybe a Get Ready With Me Valentine's Day type video.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. I love it all.
Oh, for sure.
It's a lot of fun.
So everyone, for the most part, is connected on Facebook and share videos and photos with their friends as a means of self-expression and to document their lives. Would you say that your YouTube channel is a true reflection of your self-expression?
I think so. I try and not be too serious, and which I think that's the way I am in real life. I'm not too serious, and I like giving people makeup tips, and I hope that some of the information I share is helpful, but I definitely don't think that I'm a makeup artist. And there's people that are on YouTube that are 1,000 times better than me. So I try and find my own niche in being as natural as possible and keeping in all the bloopers, because in real life I'm a mess. And I try and get by, and I'm an organized mess, but I'm definitely a mess. So I feel like it is an expression of myself. And like, as you know, my family is very musical. My sister, she can sing up a storm. I would need a couple beverages to be brave enough to sing online. But
me too.
But I could definitely, yeah, exactly. But I definitely don't mind getting online and sharing makeup, because it's what I love. So, and I love fashion and all different kinds of things. So yeah, I I think that people, they're
They
full of all
relate.
different ideas, and I try and make my channel that way as well.
For sure, and it's very relatable, isn't it?
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, I think so too. Courtney, many people would probably be quite nervous about setting up such a public forum and showing their daily life to the world. What advice would you have for someone who has these reservations?
Well, I think it is a little bit scary,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, you can really edit what you want and what you don't want. And if you don't like a video, and chances are if you can't sit through the video, somebody else is not going to be able to either. So you are the captain of the ship, and that's what I love about it. Like, it's not, if I don't want to do something, I don't have to. It's my own thing, right? So if somebody is contemplating doing something, like, for example, if somebody was contemplating starting a YouTube channel, I would 100% recommend it. It is a lot of fun, and you do get to meet a lot of people.
I guess you kind of learn to relax and enjoy the process and not be too critical, hey?
Yeah, I think you had to, because I am a perfectionist, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't really like the way that looks. And when you're pressed for time, I mean, I work during the week, so sometimes you're like, well, I just got to put it up. I think people will come back for content if you are, if you stick to your schedule, So, yeah.
That's a good point to make, keeping your schedule.
Yeah, I've read and I've watched a lot of videos as well about how to be successful on YouTube, and that's what they all say. If you want people to come back, then say every Sunday you're gonna upload every Sunday. So come hell or high water, you're gonna upload.
So you definitely have to make that time to make your video to upload, right?
Definitely, yeah, and it is a big time commitment. But I think if you really enjoy something, it doesn't really feel like work. I think, as you said, I live in Gander, and I don't have a whole lot of friends down there, and there's not a whole lot to do, but YouTube keeps me busy, and I love being busy, so it's a great fit for me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today and speaking to us. And would you like to give our listeners some information about your channel and how to get in touch with you?
Sure. So my channel, you can find me on YouTube as Courtney Mona, and I'm also on Instagram as Courtney Mona. So you can subscribe to my channel, and I upload every Sunday. Hopefully I'll be doing it more in the morning, but usually it's later. Usually it's after supper, so stick around, and I upload once a week. So I'd love to see you guys. Stop by.
Isaac Bonisteel is a university student originally from New Harbour. He is currently studying medicine at the University of St Andrews in Scotland. Isaac has taken particular interest in the newly introduced book tax here in Newfoundland and has taken initiative to have his voice heard and to encourage others to speak out and be heard as well. Thanks for speaking with us today, Isaac.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's great to have you. First of all, can you please tell us a bit about your initiative?
Yeah, sure. I guess it all started when I read more and more about the book tax, and hearing from my friends what it was, how it was personally affecting them. So I was pretty frustrated with it, obviously, as a student who spends quite a bit of money on books myself. So I figured I would go and email my local MHA and just try to get answers, really. I really wanted to know why we had a book tax and express the viewpoint of a student on why it matters so much to us. So after emailing my local MHA, I wondered and questioned if what I was doing was having an impact and how to have a greater impact and really amplify my voice as a student. So I took to social media. I shared what I had done personally and encouraged others to do the same, email their local MHA, really get their voice heard. And I think it's had a decent response. I was pretty happy with how many people were very encouraging of it, and I'm hoping that if more people speak up about this sort of thing, that it will hopefully have some sort of positive outcome.
For sure. Isaac, why do you feel it is important to take a stand for this issue?
I think it all stems from the role books play and how much importance that they have. I see education as being one of the most important things for a society to have. I think books are very symbolic of that as well. So,
sure.
if you, it really, I guess growing up, education and reading was so important for me that I really don't want the message that having a tax on books sends to really be something that puts Newfoundland further behind.
For sure.
We already have lower literacy rates than other provinces in the country, and I don't see putting a tax on books as being very constructive or encouraging on that front.
Definitely. So you said you are a student, and many students are faced with piling debt due to student loans and other credit lines, just to get their education at a university or college. So what does this tax mean to these students?
In talking to just my friends who study at Memorial University or Kona, it's really played a significant role. If you consider the amount of money that is spent on books by one student per term, per semester, it's in the hundreds of dollars. And adding on a 10% book tax there is adding a significant portion of money to what they are paying. And if that's just for one term, as courses change and book requirements change, that just keeps piling up, and it plays a really significant role. And students are already paying tuition, paying for perhaps accommodation as well. So having that extra cost is a bit deterring, and I don't think it paints or encourages people to pursue further education if there are just additional costs that could make the difference for some people.
For sure. So as an effort to raise awareness and protest, you started a Facebook event for the week of January 23rd to the 27th, where you invited some of your Facebook friends to take a stand. You posted a screenshot of an email that you wrote to local MHA Steve Crocker. Can you tell us a bit about the email and what you said?
Yeah, sure. The main content of the email was really to ask the question of why it was an implementation of a book tax. We're actually the only place in the world that has a tax on books. So I thought that was quite peculiar. Really, I just expressed my concern that a book tax does not really show any sort of encouragement for learning or encouragement for education. And in fact, putting a tax on books is actually, at least from my point of view, devaluing education. That's the point I really wanted to get across. I understand that MHAs definitely receive many emails daily from people in their constituencies. So really the Facebook event was a way of sort of amplifying that. If you have one person showing concern, you can sort of brush it aside, but if you have tens or hundreds of people emailing you about the same sort of thing, you know that this is something that people are really concerned about.
For sure.
So,
have you had received any reply from Mr. Crocker?
No, I haven't received a reply yet. I'm hoping to receive a reply. I would really appreciate a reply. But I understand that MHAs are very busy, and that they're doing a lot of work for their constituencies, and have many voices that want to be heard. So
for sure. Have you considered who else you might like to contact in government?
I think
like the Minister of Education, Dale Kirby?
Yeah, I actually did consider that as well, and I know I've talked to people who have emailed Dale Kirby about this as well. I figured I would email my local MHA as they are sort of my voice in the House of Assembly. But I think that would be a great positive step, and one that I definitely will look into taking.
So now that the Facebook event is over, effective yesterday, How can people get involved and take a stand?
I think it's really all about expressing concern, expressing your opinion on the really making your voice heard. That can be done in many ways. I think social media is a really effective tool for that. Ideas spread like wildfire there. I also think that it's very important that people aren't put down by a book tax. People can continue to read. People continue to learn and educate themselves on this issue and other issues that really affect all of us. Yes, just continuing to be informed, continuing to question things that don't really seem quite right. And I think that way we'll have a more educated society and hopefully have some positive outcomes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Isaac, for having a chat with us this afternoon about this issue, and we really hope that you do actually receive some kind of feedback from government, and it is such a brilliant display of leadership for a youth of this area to be stepping up and taking a stand and making this so aware within the community and as well as with people across the province through social media. So we applaud you for taking initiative and standing up for what you believe is right.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Isaac.
Our musical guest this evening is Michael Lahey, who is a grade 11 student at Crescent Collegiate. Michael will be performing at the Country Jamboree at the Princess Sheila Nagira Theatre in Carbonear on February 10th at 7 o'clock p.m. Here he is with his cover of Play Me the Waltz of the Angels, a song by Buck Owens and the Derailers.
Played a party last night for some old folks. They were dancing and smiling at me. Except this old man alone at a table, as if there's some place that he'd rather be. So whilst they took and I play something for you, something special that you'd like to hear. When he looked up at me, he was smiling, oh, but his eyes couldn't hide the tears. Play me the waltz of the angel, and I'll close my eyes and pretend. Play me the waltz of the angel, so I can dance with my angel again. He said, yes, it's a song I remember. That's the one she loved the best. It was playing the night that I met her, and it was playing when we laid her to rest. Play me the waltz of the angel, and I'll close my eyes and pretend. Play me the waltz of the angel, so I can dance with my angel again. Let me dance with my angel again.
So this concludes our very first episode of Trinity Topics, and we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us this evening. If you have any suggestions or comments or would like to come on our show, please get in touch with us at our Facebook page or by email via trinitytopics@hotmail.com.
A big thank you to our guests, Isaac Bonisteel and Courtney Mona.
And as well as to Michael Lahey for coming as a musical guest with us this evening. We hope you all enjoy your week, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Trinity's Topics. Ciao!
Ciao!